Hi, welcome to the Forget Me Not journal workshop. I had started teaching last Friday, the first of 4 classes, and what we were covering was the actual book cover or the journal cover. So the Forget Me Not book, what it's about is it is really a receptacle that we want to make with our own creativity to hold things such as information about ourselves that we want to leave for those people that we leave behind when we leave this world. Our physical presence is no longer here. What do we want to be remembered for? These are the questions that I would like to ask throughout the journal process. You don't have to share anything you don't want to, and we want to share lovely things about ourselves, about our life, about love, about friends, and about really whatever you would like to share. The cover of the book, remember the cover is not the story. So the cover of the book is something that I want you to think about. We're putting it together today, and that is with 3 pieces of plain cardboard. So these are 2 pieces cut to the same size, and this is the spine. Now in your pack that I have provided for you, you will find the 2 pieces of cardboard and the spine, and they're put together with some paper clips, and the spine has some little rivets in it, and I did have a piece of cardboard to show you what those rivets look like. Don't know where that is now, but I can show you that later on, and I'll show you the purpose of the rivets. Okay, so putting the 3 pieces together, we want to place them evenly along the top so that they're all running beside each other, and between the spine and the covers you also want a small space, and that's to enable the book to move when you have it taped together. And again, in your pack you will have strips of what we've provided. I think yours is black in the pack, is duct tape. You can use parcel tape, you can use fabric to do this, but I find that this is quite strong, and you can put a bit of sellotape across to hold this stable while you're putting the duct tape into place. So what I'll do is I'll just put this down, and don't worry about everything being exact and straight, and we'll be covering this all up. Okay, so I'm going to put that piece there, and it's over, you can see it's overlapping there, and I'll show you what you can do with that. And the second piece along this bit. Okay, and again I'll cut that. Now what I have here is I think it's called a bone spreader or bone flattener. It's very good actually for doing any of these crafts. So put that, you can use a ruler or you can use something that's flat to do it, but this is a good size, and I like to put it along here where you have the spine area, because that's where you want the join when you put your pages in. Okay, so holding that up, then you can fold this down and right round to the back. And as you can see, I've just used cardboard from a drinks package, or you can use cardboard. Amazon provide great cardboard in their packaging, but I'm just letting you see that you can really use anything to do this. I've given you some extra cardboard as well, because I would love if some of you could actually make another journal in whatever way you would like. So again, we'll put, I'll keep this to the back this time. I'll not overlap it because there's already an overlap there, and I'll put that down there. I'll just cut this just slightly shorter because the other tape overlapped. And again, just spreading that out, and the same on this side. It's pretty strong, that tape, and should, your journal should last when you use this. Okay, and that is the cover put together. Now at this stage we haven't decided what is the front and what is the back. Okay, so we're just trying to even that down a bit. There's there's a little discrepancy there, but we'll be adding fabric and different things to embellish this. Okay, so that's the stage that everybody got to in their first class. And of course we all had introductions and got to know a little bit about each other. So that's the stage you're at now, and I have one here that I did in the black. So again, so you can decide at this stage what's your front and what's your back of the cover. Okay, so that's two. And again, you can decide on size. We looked at different ways of covering these books, and the option is totally yours. So that's the two covers made up. And the processes of covering these. So I'll just go through some of the equipment that you might find useful when you're doing the work on your journal. Well, I have one of these. It's not expensive, but again, you can just use something that's flat. I just like it for working down the spines of the book. I have the duct tape, and you have that in your pack. A ruler, if you have one, good to have. I have this, I don't know what you call it, but it punches holes or pierces holes and things. I've already prepared the spine of your book with 2 rivets at each side, so there's 2, 4, 6 in total on your spine. But you may need more, so if you've something, even a needle, whatever, that might punch holes, it'd be handy to have at some stage of the workshop. You have a darning needle, and you have embroidery thread, and that's in a little brown envelope that I've provided in your pack. Scissors and a pen. So that's just some of the materials that you may require extra to what I've given you. So that's the cover of the book. You have an option of covering it with decorative paper, which I provided you in your pack. So that's decorative paper. It's decorated on both sides, and you can use that. And you would back it similar to the you'd back a homework book or whatever. You could put it down and do your PVA glue across the cover and cut it to size. The spine, you don't need to worry about covering the spine just yet. You know, you cover the 2 sides. The spine is going to be the last thing we cover, because I'll show you the process of threading the pages into the spine at the end, and then we'll look at covering the spine at the very last class. So you have the option of that. You can do some decoupage on the cover, so I'm just going to show you a few samples that I've been working on. So this is one that I used old pages of a book, and I have decoupaged this, used the old pages of a book, and then put a napkin over the top of it. So this is another book cover, and again just using PVA glue, and this tape is washi tape, and I've provided you with a roll of washi tape in your pack, and I have inked around the edges of it just to give it some unique look. Okay, and then I'll put something on the back. I did a bit of washi paint over the top of the newspaper. And this one here, I used brown paper. Now the inside hasn't been done yet, so I'll leave that to do during one of the classes, but I used the brown paper that's used inside packaging on the Amazon packages. It's good strong brown paper, and it comes all sort of scrunchied up to protect the items that you've ordered. But if you have a brown paper, it's lovely to create a cover of a book with the brown paper. And that was one that was done all in one piece. Okay, and then this one is the one I'm going to work on in the class. So I'll just move these other ones out of the way and show you what we're going to work on. So the book contents are very much something that you will decide upon and choose. Old photographs, certificates, tickets, receipts, recipes, anything that is personal to you that you would love to share with someone else. So my journal has been, so I'm going to take it apart here because I think that you have a better view of. So this one I have covered in the decorative paper. You can see I've used that. I've put some rivets on mine at the bottom, And I have punched holes in this one, so you can't actually see these, but I've punched holes. I haven't added rivets, and I have 4 holes in the spine of this. So 4 at the top, 4 in the middle, and 4 here, about 1 inch up from the bottom and maybe 1.5 inches from the top. And I've added a little ribbon in through that, but that's not what the purpose is. I just want to add bits and pieces as I go along to this. So it's done with the decorative paper, inside and out, and I've covered the spine inside. Okay. Outside, I have used linen, and I've put that down here. I've put some lace, and little dressing table lace is beautiful for decorating these books. A little bit of that hessian, that stick down hessian. This is in your packs as well, labels and anything that you want to decorate it, and you'll all have your own creative ideas on what to do with this. So that's the start of me decorating this journal. And my idea for this one is I would like this bit of linen to go over the spine at the end. So if you can imagine this stuck down, that's straight, it's not straight. But you don't have to worry about, straightness and tidiness and all of that, because it adds to the character of the books. And then I was going to put some lace. And I might sew these, I might hand sew these together first before I stick the bottom layer down. And some lace on it. And then this is just a piece of trimming that I got from a scrap bag. And I was going to sew that on. So this would be the front cover of my book. And I might add a nice piece of ribbon down here just to even it up. I haven't done that, but I like this nice bit of ribbon maybe to come down. So it's a matter of glues and sticking things down. So that would be working along what I'm trying to achieve, the layered look on the front of my book. And of course the workshop is all about forget-me-not and how you make up your label. I would like everybody to include a forget-me-not somewhere in their book, because this is what it's about. And I made up this little label and put a tassel on it, and I'll stick it on somewhere, maybe in the inside cover of the book. Okay, so that's the cover, and I'd love you all to have an idea for next week of how you would like to decorate your cover. I've given you little frames as well in your pack, or a frame, and you could use maybe an old photograph if I have some old photos somewhere. So maybe an old photograph onto a decoupage, and I could put tea stain on this, make it older looking around the edges, stick that on, maybe a little frame around part of it and cut it. And I'll add different ribbons and things to this. So another idea. Okay, so I think we'll end it there for the covers.